Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you how to make this really beautiful arrowhead bracelet. So let's begin. You will need 6 colors, so I have mine right here. That's my blues and then my pinks. I'm doing a blue to pink gradient. I think it's really pretty. In this one, I just did the rainbow. So yeah, it really doesn't matter, but set out your colors at first in the order you want them to go. I will be showing you how to do a teardrop loop. So yeah, in this tutorial and in this video, you should know how to do the basic knots and how to do a loop because I won't be going over those. But if you have those down, you will be fine. I also have a basic knots tutorial on my channel, so that's where I show you how to do the basic knots. And I know that several other YouTubers have a tutorial on the teardrop loop. I don't have one yet, but you can just search up teardrop loop tutorial and it should come up on YouTube. So if you need any help on that. But you need to choose 6 colors, here are mine, and you will cut 1 string of each. But you need to cut it a wingspan's length with a few extra inches, but your loop color needs to be longer than a few extra inches because you need to have enough string to make the loop and the whole rest of the bracelet. Any other color though, do a wingspan's length with 4 inches added on. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my strings, and I will show you how this one's slightly longer, and then we can begin. Alright, so I have all of my strings cut. To put them together for our loop, we will take the loop color that we have, which mine is the darkest blue. So you just will, I have them in circles, but you will have your string, just how you cut it, I don't know how to describe it. Then you're going to take your other string, and if you have it in a circle woundy thing, unwind it. But you're going to take the tip of this, the tip of your lighter string, and the tip of your loop string, or whatever color it is, and you're going to put them together. And then you will notice that the loop string it should be much longer than the string that you just added in. And then you will do that again with your third color. So you should have 3 colors put together now. And one of them still should be the longest, the color that you wanted for your loop. And now you're going to take another color, your 4th color, and put it together with the others as well. And now you should have 4 strings together. Take your 5th one, do the same thing, and you'll do the same thing for the 6th as well. Okay, so these strings would be way too long to work with. You do not want to work with strings that are wingspan's length. So you're going to take the tips of these strings and go down here, and your loop string should still be much longer than any of the others. Mine are differing lengths, but I'll put it right around here, and I should still have this long tail of my loop string. So just fold it right about halfway. And now you have this little loop at the top. And you want to make sure, I'm not really doing a loop tutorial, but your strings down, and then take your loop color, and it should still be on this side, the longest, and then the other side it should be even with the rest of the strings. And you're going to do backward, forward knots until you have your desired loop length. So I will go ahead and do that off camera. Alright, so I have the little loop done. I don't honestly know how many knots I did, but just do enough to where you think it'll work. And we are going to be taking this one side at a time. So we're going to take, you know how I said order your strings? You're going to we'll order your colors in the way you want them. You're going to take the first color that you wanted first to show up in the bracelet, and you're going to do a forward, backward knot. my tape isn't really sticking. And then you're gonna take your second color. I'm just doing a quick little tutorial on how to do the loop. I will eventually make a more detailed one, but as I said, there are more detailed ones on YouTube. But I take my second color and do a forward backward knot. Well, my tape isn't sticking. So that's perfect. Okay. So my tape wasn't sticking, but I've got it to stick now. And now you're gonna also remove those strings to the side that you've already tied knots with. Then you're gonna take your third color, forward, backward, remove that string, take your fourth color, forward, backward, then take the next color you had that you wanted to show up next and do a forward backward knot. And now you're gonna switch to the other side. So let me flip the strings, because you should have done all your colors. You don't use this very last one in the teardrop portion. This is just really quick. Now you're gonna take the first color in your gradient again, backward, forward. It switches for this side, so this side's backward, forward, the other side was forward, backward. Also, this tutorial is a segment knotting tutorial, so this bracelet is pretty easy to segment knot, but backward, forward, backward, forward, and take your next color, backward, forward. It's just the repeating thing. Also, this side is identical to the other side, so once you get the other side right, you can just basically copy off of that side. You'll just do a slightly different knot. But there you have it. You have your other side finished. So now you have like all of that. You can form your loop and then put your strings together and you'll tie a knot. I'll show you what to do next. So you gotta tape it, and then you're gonna take those two strings of your sixth color and you're gonna tie any knot you want. I'm just gonna tie a forward knot, but see how it kind of separates in the middle? You've gotta do some maneuvering. Okay, so now that you've got the loop made, we can start making the bracelet. Now we are going to start the bracelet. We are going to start on this side. We will be tying knots with this darker string, or I'm just gonna go by the colors that I'm using, but the first string in your gradient or color combination. And then you need to take out 4 strings. And we're going to do a forward knot on this first string, a forward knot on this second string, a forward knot onto the third string, and then the fourth string will be a forward backward knot. There you have your first little portion. So 3 forward knots and 1 backward forward knot. So you're going to remove the 2 strings, the 1 string that you tied the forward backward knot with, and the string that you tied it onto. You're going to remove those, put them off to the side, and take these 3 strings on the outer edge, and you're going to take the furthest one to the left and do a forward knot, a forward backward knot, Then you're going to go back to this string that you just did the forward knot onto and do a backward knot. There you should have that little bit. My tape sucks. And then you need to take this first string that you used that tied the forward backward knot, and you're going to take out this very outermost string and do a backward knot onto this pink one, and then a backward forward knot onto this blue one. Okay, so I'm gonna try and tape my bracelet down a little bit better, but that is your very first little step. All right, so I've got my bracelet taped down a bit better, and now we're going to do basically the same thing that we did on this side to the right side, except for reverse the knots. So you're gonna have this string, the furthest one to the right, and have 4 others after it. So you should have 5 strings taken out and then that one in the center. And you're going to do a backward knot onto this string. Then you're going to do a backward knot onto the next string, leaving out that last one because you aren't tying a knot onto it anymore. Then you're going to tie a backward knot onto this pink string, and then a backward forward knot onto your slightly darker pink string. Backward, forward. So you can push your knots up and you should have that little portion done. And remember, we're going to take the 3 strings on the edge, going to tie a backward knot with the furthest one to the right, backward forward knot onto the next string, then a forward knot onto the next. Now you're going to leave out this string and you're going to take your darker blue, the one that you tied a backward forward knot with, and you're going to tie a forward knot, and then take the next string and tie a forward backward knot. Okay, so you should have these little edge pieces done. Now we're going to take all these strings in the center, so leaving out the colors on the side. And since you tied this little knot to tie your loop together, you don't need to tie this knot anymore. You're going to go and do a forward knot here. We're going to the right this time. Then you're going to tie a forward backward knot here. And then take those 3 strings out, push them to the side, and take your other 3 strings. We're now moving to the left, so you're going to do a backward knot, then a backward forward knot. Okay, so you should have the first part of your diamond done, and now you can go and take the 2 strings that should be left in the center and tie any knot you want. I'm going to do a forward knot because that's my favorite. And now you're going to take the 2 strings that are the outline of your diamond, and you're going to tie with these 2, you're going to tie a forward knot, and then put those away and tie a backward knot with these 2. Now you're going to take the 2 strings in the center and tie whatever knot you want. And we are almost done with the pattern, and then you're going to repeat the same steps over and over. So you're going to take the blue string that you tied a backward forward knot right here with, and you're going to go with forward knots all the way until this string, which is like the last string that you can tie a forward knot onto. So once you've done that, you can move all of these strings on this side away and take the other string on the other side that's the same color as the one that you just tied knots with, and you're going to do backward knots, but you're going to do them until this pink one So let me just move this out of the way. You're gonna do backward knots until the string that you did. You're gonna do backward knots right until this string. And now you're going to take the 2 strings in the center and tie whatever knot you want onto them. I'm just gonna do a forward knot because that's what I like to do. And now you're just going to, you can go back to the start of the video if you want, and you can watch the tutorial over again because it just repeats from here. You would take these strings out and go forward knots until this one and do a forward backward knot, and it would just repeat and repeat and repeat. So yeah, that is basically it for this tutorial. I repeat the pattern, like repeat the color pattern 3 times, and then I just end it in simple triangle ends, and you can just end it in no triangle ends if you want. It doesn't really matter, but I end it in triangle ends right here. So I hope that this video was very helpful, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!